Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's boardzy, and I'm not sure if something is off in my head or if the mouse market has been especially dry recently, but the Zowie S2-C just has to be one of the best mice of 2021. Since the Starlight dropped, I can't remember a mouse that actually made me think, wow, this mouse is incredible, aside from the S2-C. And part of that is just comparing it to the old S2, I guess the S2B, which just feels like such a brick in comparison. The weight difference is 88 grams versus 71, and the S2 is a small mouse. So having it with this lower weight, the balancing feels incredible. All of the buttons feel really snappy. This is just a top tier ambi mouse out of the box. You see, I even have the stock Zowie glides, the Zowie stock cable. I've talked about it a few times before. It's on the thicker side, but it's good. Fits in the micro bungee. So many people ask about what this is. I'll put a link to it in the description. And I think the biggest change that has been brought to the S2-C is definitely the weight. A 17-gram drop in weight. It is just massive because even this modded out S2 with a paracord aftermarket feet, it just feels so much heavier when you're actually moving it around, like I said before, like a brick. And obviously more has been updated aside from just the weight, but the difference using the same exact mouse, just one version being much lower, kind of like the G Pro Wireless versus the Superlight, it's something that you can definitely notice and appreciate. Obviously mentioned already, the cable being improved from the shitty rubber cable that used to be on the S2B series, or just all of the Zowie B series. These side buttons have to be my favorite feature of the mouse, just for where I grip. They are positioned perfectly. Probably the most well-tensioned side button I've ever seen. There's no quality issues whatsoever. It's actually a shame that the standard for side buttons is like mushy, low-effort trash when excellence like this exists and is being sold by Zowie. So if you're a good side button lover, be on the lookout for the S2-C. The main clicks are also improved. It's using the same switches as the S2B, but the response is a lot snappier, the sound is deeper, and the overall feeling is just less cheap. I'll do a quick sound comparison. And not really too much difference, but you should be able to notice a difference that the quality on the S2B clicks is just a bit lower. It could be because this is just a newer mouse with less use, so it's a bit more snappy. I don't know. I'm satisfied with the clicks, though. The one click I am not satisfied with is the scroll wheel click. I am telling you, this thing is fucking heavy. So that's just a warning to anybody who clicks their scroll wheel a lot. Don't say you weren't warned, because it is very heavy compared to past Zowie mice where it was it's not an issue at all. The quality on this mouse is incredible. No issues whatsoever with like flexing, just any build quality issues. When you're buying a Zowie mouse, you are getting that Zowie quality. And it's just really nice because it has never not been the case for a Zowie mouse I've bought, and I've never gotten sent a Zowie product. They just make fucking good products. The coating is updated. It is a more grippy, sort of drier matte coating. As you can see, there are still a few fingerprint stains. So if you want to clean this mouse off, I don't know, like have a microfiber cloth on hand to keep your mouse looking fresh. But when you're actually gripping the C series, there is no problems with slipperiness. While that was a problem that I used to have on past Zowie mice, I wouldn't go as far as to call it rubbery, but it is a grippier coating. The sensor it's using is a 3360. Really nothing to say there. I doubt Zowie ever upgrades it to a 3370. The stock glides were a bit slow and controlled on really every surface I've tested, but they weren't unusable by any means. I still haven't tried the fucking white Zowie PTFE feet. If anybody has, let me know how they are in the comments. I feel like they're average, but I just haven't tried them, so I can't really judge. I'm sure a mouse that the S2-C is going to get compared to is the Vaxi NPO1S, which some people call like an Ergo S2. I personally don't feel like that. In hand, the NPO1S is definitely a bit smaller, and they do look similar from that angle, so I will show the bottoms of the mice to hopefully give you a better idea, because it is just going to come down to personal preference and what shape you prefer. Anybody who tells you like, oh yeah, you're going to objectively prefer this one is a reach. The mice are similar prices, similar specs, similar levels of quality, just the difference is the shape. Well, there are other differences too, like the shitty stock cable on the Vaxi mouse. It's just different amounts of palm contact, a narrower grip width on the NPO1S. So I just recommend watching my review if you're interested in the NPO1, but I figured people would be comparing it, so I would talk about it for for a bit. But yeah, I don't really know what else there is to say about this shape. I've talked, everybody knows what the fucking S2 shape is. If you've ever had like a Ponage mouse, Fantech, one of the 80 companies that has cloned the shape, the S2-C is a better mouse than any of those. Trust me, I've tried all of them. With 20 by 11 hands, the only grip on the S2 that really works for me is claw grip, but for this grip, it is extremely natural as proven by the side button positioning, which, I don't know, this is just like one of the perfect mice. Everything really comes together. The only flaw that I could even think of was the scroll wheel being hard to click, like I mentioned before, and that's such a minor thing that doesn't affect me. I think this mouse is going to get the seal of approval, and it's honestly hard for a wired mouse to do that, but everything about it just feels very well refined. Such an improvement over the original S2. So like a 100%, if you have the S2B, like paracorded, whatever, just fucking upgrade it to the S2C. You will thank me when you do that. And yeah, just seal of approval mouse. Really insane stuff. I can't wait to see Zowie go wireless. I feel like I say that every Zowie review, and it never happens. Maybe I should give up on that hope. Never. But make sure to like and sub, just like I will never give up on that hope. I don't think there's really anything else to go over. I reviewed this shape like a year and a half ago, so sorry if I'm not passionate to talk about the curvature of the sides. And that's really going to be all for the video. It's always nice to see well thought out improvements that are made without cutting any corners quality wise, and this is just a nice mouse all around, low 70s weight range. If you haven't tried a Zowie C series product, just go with whatever shape you like. I will be getting that ZA13 whenever I can. But yeah, peace.